Hello, I'm Heather,
I'm Carden.
and welcome to the Bitchy Quill, a podcast where we talk about publishing from a feminist perspective. We also do guest mini interviews, and today we have Calliope Parrish, Tonie, and Dell write as Calliope Parrish. So we're going to call you Tonie and Dell.
Perfect.
Tonie, raise your hand. And then Dell is the other one, and then they are Calliope Parrish together. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
We're happy to. We're very happy to see you guys. And I'm just going to let Carden start off with things.
Got you. So, let's start at the beginning. How did we meet you?
How did we meet, or how do we meet
No,
you guys?
how did the Right Wing Book Fester Heather and I meet you?
I think another author. Oh, I know. I started following Golden Angel on TikTok.
Mm.
Did not realize she was a local author until she posted about the Renaissance Festival, and that led me to the Right Women Facebook group. And then I volunteered one year, and then we got to be part of the last year.
Thank you so much. You were a great volunteer. I remember you did the t-shirts, right?
Yes.
That was that thank you so much for doing that. You were a great volunteer. It's always such a relief to have good volunteers.
Yeah.
So we always appreciate people putting their time and energy. And then this year you attended, you and Dell attended as Calliope Parishes and for our final year. So we were really happy to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the question I ask everybody because I, as an author and a reader, want to know this question, answer to this question. But I think a lot of readers want to know this when they get a chance to talk to an author too, is what made you want to become a writer?
I really can't answer that question because I've always written ever since elementary school. I've always had to write. I remember we were given a little photo in school and we had to write a short story about it. And I wrote a werewolf book. So I've always been a writer. It's always been what I want to do. I've always want to bring my stories to other people.
Now, my story, I was in high school and teacher for like the last month of a semester went, okay, you're going to write a story and you have to write it in class. And I was like, I spent 2.5 weeks going, what am I going to write? And then I got the story and it just flowed and wrote. And then after it, she went, after it was graded, she said, I took it to the librarian and she thinks the same thing I do. Is this what you meant happened? And I went, yes. Because I never explicitly said what happened, and I can't even remember now. But it was, she said, we thought that was what happened, but we weren't sure.
Oh, okay. So both of you, since you were kids, really,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
have been writing. And I know that you write kind of in you write in a fantasy genre. And there are a lot of dragons and such. I'm gonna kick it to Carden because the next question I think speaks a little bit to genre as well.
Okay.
Yeah, opens it up because so you're both saying you've written since you were very young. So who or what do you feel are your biggest writing influences? And it sounds like maybe it's also instinctual. So please feel free to expound on that if that's part of your.
I grew up reading Anne McCaffrey, V.C. Andrews, Stephen King, Dean Koontz. They were all huge impacts in my career as an author and as just a creative, I think. Because they were just such immersive worlds. And I was like, I want to do that.
Now, a little bit on the darker side, the dramatic side.
Which is funny because I have a hard time writing the darker stuff. Most of my stuff is very lighthearted and just kind of skims the surface. That's where Dell comes in. She does the dark stuff.
I think I have read so much. I mean, I'm not kidding. As a kid, I would go, Mom would drop me off at the library. She'd go grocery shopping, and I'd come up with my arms stretched and up to my chin in books. I mean, Black Stallion, I read
that too, yeah.
Little House. then I started reading paranormal romances, and Sherilyn Kenyon's a big influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how does that work? So it really works together in that you have like, okay, instead of trying to figure it out, why don't you tell me how your process works writing together? It sounds like you're a balance of, you each have your strengths.
Yeah, we kind of come up with one of us comes up with the idea. We usually talk it out a little bit, but we're real discovery writers. So one of us will take that kernel and run with it, write the first draft. Nine out of 10 of the books, or 9 out of 10 of the books I first drafted. 2, she's first drafted. But after that draft is done, we'll let it sit for a little while, kick it off to the other one, and then we flesh it out that way.
Or she'll get stuck and she goes, "What happens next?"
Yeah.
And tells me what the scene is that she's writing, and I just think for a minute, and
I don't know what this person says, and
I'm like, there you go.
There we go. Yeah.
And then
So let me. Yeah,
there are actual characters that will not talk to her; they only talk to me.
So
Gavin is the worst.
What's your current project that you're working on?
The current one that we're working on is completely different from anything we've written. It's a contemporary YA kind of coming of age, overcoming trauma, childhood trauma.
Oh, okay. Is this
what inspired that?
When I first started writing this story 15 years ago, my mom had just died. My dad had dementia and a heart transplant, so I was taking care of him. My husband had mental disabilities, and I was developing depression and everything. And as I tell people, this young man showed up in my head and went, "Would you tell my story? Because you seem to understand it."
He's a dancer. His mom is hit by a car and passes away in front of him, and he stops performing. And this is him going into high school, through high school, and coming back to the stage.
So this doesn't have any fantasy elements in it?
No. Nope.
Okay. Are you nervous, excited? Like, do you have any, because this isn't your comfort zone now.
Well, this is a situation of this story has been in my head for 15 years, and I've worked on it off and on for 15 years. And
yeah, but that's not the same as publishing it and putting it out
this
there.
Is true. Yeah, we're definitely excited to bring it out and nervous how it'll be responded to.
Yeah.
And now it just feels like the right time for me to let him shine.
Okay, good.
He helped me also, now it's time for him to shine.
But we also do have 2 full-length novels and 2 short stories in our fantasy worlds that we're hopefully we'll bring out.
And y'all are all over the place too. I've seen you going to a lot of different events. I was like, there can't stop, won't stop. You're like the little
you don't see us on the Monday after.
It takes a good week to recover.
Yeah. But let me circle back to the beginning, which was when I asked, how did we meet you all, as in the Right Women Book Fest and Heather and me? Let me ask you that question. How did you two meet and decide to work together?
It's hilarious, actually. We were both fans of the anime Inuyasha, and we met on a fan board. They had a contest of a fanfic, so we each wrote a separate story, and then we were like, why don't we put these 2 together and see what happens? And we wrote this huge fanfic that admittedly is very awful, poorly written, head hops, no depth. But it was so much fun to write. And then after that, I was like, hey, we do pretty good at this. Why don't we just keep going?
And then I sent in a story that I wrote to a new publisher that no longer exists, and it got published. And then I convinced her to do it, and she wrote what is now
Break the Silence.
Break the Silence.
It was with a small publisher
I almost
previously.
said Back in the Spotlight.
Well, that's a fun origin story.
And she got a contract for it.
Nice.
And then, but before she sent it to me, and she goes, "Can you read it and make sure it's okay?" And I read it, and I came back to her and I said, "Honey, Aaron needs a set of balls."
The main character, the main male character, he was a little bit of a wimp.
So there's that balance, that complementary
Yes.
balance with each other,
And
that
I
you can
finally
be.
just said, you put so much effort into this as much as I do, even just the brainstorming. You need to be your name on this too. So that's where we.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
That is so nice. I love it. And you guys also go to a lot of trouble to get artwork for the fans of the work. And you're always putting up new character cards and posters and things like that to show or graphics. Is that something that obviously it's important to you, or how does that come about?
Well, when walking around looking at other authors' tables, that's what generally draws me to a table, is an art card of a scene or a character. I'm like, I want to know about that guy, or I want to know what that scene came from. So that's what we're trying to do, is kind of just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what scene's going to draw people to the table.
And the artists we went through like 4 artists
before we found the one that we really.
And 3 of them absolutely ghosted us. And then we found Kenny, and she gets in our heads.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's really good to have a
pre-mades, and I'm like, that's our guys. Give it.
It's good when you find the team, like when it clicks, when everything just kind of falls into place, and then you can take that energy that you're, using for these other efforts, and you can focus that on writing or whatever your next project is and stuff. So it's good to have that. But I notice it when you guys post new art. There's always a new thing coming out, and I'm like, we have a new character now. So that's fun.
So you've talked about how you support each other. So the next question is, what is the best way readers can support you? As in, where can they pick up your work or leave reviews, that you found gives you the most traction and momentum? For a lot of folks, that might be Amazon or KU. But do you sell your books on your website? Do you have like Kobo, or are you on Kobo Plus or things like that? Like what's the best way that people can really support you?
We are on Kobo Plus, not on KU. We really did nothing in KU, and that just kind of limits you to just Amazon. But we have a PayHip site that we sell books directly from us through. But you can grab it at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, all the places that you'd like to do, and reviews anywhere. Libraries can get it. Yeah. Reviews anywhere, Amazon, Goodreads, wherever. It's fine. We don't care where you get it, as long as you get it.
And do you all have a website, a newsletter? Like what's
newsletter kind of tanked. We had 0 interactions, even when we put out polls and stuff, so we didn't use that. But we have a Facebook group. It's the Dragon's Nest.
Oh, nice.
On Facebook, and you can always contact us in email or and if you just search for Calliope Parrish author, we'll pop up.
And I'll put that information in the description.
We'll send her the link tree.
I have the link tree. But if there's anything else you'd like any information that you want me to add to the description, please send it. That way everybody can find all of your stuff. And do you have any events coming up anytime soon?
We're going to Booked in Chaos in South Carolina. It is unfortunately their last year. And then after that, the next one in the new year is Far Point Convention in the end of January.
So sci-fi?
Sci-fi, yep.
Yeah.
So we're still working on building.
Usually we do better at conventions than we do.
Yeah, we do a lot better at the conventions than online sales.
Nice.
I think it's because readers can see our excitement about the books we write.
There's not, even though it's a lot of effort, and if the table fees are really high and you have to stay at the hotel and all that stuff, usually you don't make that money back. But there's nothing that beats meeting people who you hand your book to and they are happy to be buying it. There's no other feeling that touches that quite the same way.
Yeah. It is.
So it's
I'm glad to see the whole series, and I'm like,
I'm glad to see that you are, because if somebody buys the whole series, you might not even notice it for a long time online.
Yeah.
In person, it's like, and Thank you.
But also because you're making that connection. Like, it's so interesting how some humans work so hard to try to get around that, because there is nothing like looking someone in the eye, hearing their voice, signing if sign language is what's necessary, whatever, but that physical presence of being near other human beings, there's no substitute for that. So your experience definitely says that what you're putting out, the energy that you're projecting, people are responding to that.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad.
One of the things we do is we have t-shirts and outfits that we only wear.
Match.
So, before we go, well, what shirts are we going to wear?
Whatever makes the whole thing a cohesive situation. Also, it's a little bit of play involved, How am I going to decorate? What's my display going to be? What color is my tablecloth? Do I want glitter? Do I not want glitter? Do I put candy out? Do I not? So it's a little bit fun. It's like having a little bitty shop,
It is, yeah.
And that's fun too. So
after booked, we're going to figure out a new
redo our table setup. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to do a different one. See if that gets
your
more
table setup. Always looks really nice.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. A very nice table.
It is always eye catching. Like it definitely draws you. Like, oh, you want to see all.
Cool.
It's a very cohesive brand look too. I mean, your brand is very cohesive. It looks really good. So
good. That was our goal. So
and I'm the designer of all our banners and
yes. Oh, your stand-ups are outstanding.
Yeah.
And we got a behind a backdrop one now too.
Oh, nice.
It says they're damsels, they're in distress, they can handle it.
Right.
Because a lot of our female characters they're all strong female characters. They don't just let men save them. They try to save themselves.
Yeah.
Saving yourself is important, especially these days.
I've seen this is not a dig, and I've enjoyed the books, but I've seen a lot of books where the female character is portrayed really strong at the beginning and she can take care of herself. And then the man comes in and she's like, oh, protect me. Our women are like, get out of my way.
So if that's your thing, the woman is strong throughout. That's the book. These are the books for you.
Yeah.
In fact, one character almost got mixed
because she was too whiny.
And then her dragon showed up, and I went, "Okay, she can stay."
You're fine.
So dragons and damsels who can take care of them damn self.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the Bitchy Quill. We really appreciate it. And Cardin's going to take us out.
Yes, thank you. Thank everybody who's watching. Thank you for joining us on the Bitchy Quill. Please look for more episodes where we discuss publishing from a feminist perspective and our guest minisodes here on YouTube. If you'd like to be a guest on the Bitchy Quill, please email us at therightwomenbookfest@gmail.com, and that's right, WRITE. Info will be below in the episode information.
Yay, thank you. Bye-bye.